man. You talk junk to the host, and
Where's Rob?
I don't know. Hold on, we'll get him back on. I don't know what just happened. That wasn't good.
That was crazy.
We were going off, man.
Can we talk about when the hell did you get an Indiana's T-shirt from?
Where did I get it from?
Yep.
It's called Amazon, by the way.
That's what you did?
That's exactly what I did. So I was representing. What's the problem, JQ? What? I can't represent. Before you jumped on, I said you guys have winning squads. You have Ohio State. You've got the Bengals. You got the Penguins.
The Bengals ain't no winning squad. I got Ohio State.
Okay, I'll give you Ohio State. You got some like, who do I have, man? I'm loyal. Y'all talk shit about me all the time, man. Who do I got? I got Georgia Tech because I've been loyal. They haven't been winning. Hawks, whatever you want to say about that.
I ain't never heard you talk about Indiana.
I was born in Indiana. I
ain't never heard you talk about the Hoosiers football and life.
What is there anything to be proud about the Hoosiers? No. Now's the time. Let's go.
We was the Broncos. We put things on our hats. I still was representing the Bengals. I ain't never heard you say, you know what? The Hoosiers are going to be the shit this year. Never heard you say it.
Oh, actually, yeah. I mean,
we're live on air. Is Rob going to join us?
We'll get Rob back on. Hold on. Tell Rob to get back on here. Hold
on. See what I'm talking about? Listen, I was down at that game, Gary. The Indiana fans was acting a complete and utter asshole.
As well we should. Because we never been there before. Everybody.
Instead of the cigarette thing, it said Signetti, and they had like it was wild. I said the Indiana fans are down here acting so bad in Atlanta. They had all the random T-shirts and buttons and hats. I said, oh my goodness, the Indiana fans they are prepared. That is the loudest I've ever heard that stadium in the 10 years I've been going.
That's crazy.
That's a team that's never had a championship.
Listen,
so they don't know how. They don't know the championship etiquette. You know it.
You know what?
Guys are there all
63 to nothing. That's what's happening.
They didn't know how to act. Listen, when I tell you that, listen, this is honestly while we're waiting on Rob for the people listening. I was at the game. That first play before the pick six, before the ball was snatched. Me and my homeboy went together. That's the loudest I've ever heard the stadium be. It was crazy loud. We looked at each other and said, oh shit, Oregon's in trouble. And they hiked the ball and threw a pick six, and then it got louder than it was to the point that we thought it was the last we had ever heard it. And we just looked at each other and said, oh no. They in trouble.
Man. And the game is in Miami, but you best believe there are going to be a ton of Indiana fans in that stadium. Oh, they're ready.
You know what? I don't know. They might use all their money up, Rob. It was.
Indiana's got one of the largest alumni bases in the country.
I understand. I'm just telling you from boots on the ground. That was 85-15 or maybe even 90-10. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, Rob, to give y'all a proper perspective. When you go to an LSU home game and it's all LSU and whoever you're playing, the other team is like got a corner up in like the top 200 section, and it's just this little section like right here. You're like, there's the opposing team. It was like that.
Yep.
I mean,
it's not going to be that bad. The game's in Miami, so you got to think Miami's going to have at least 40 to 50%.
It'll be good balance. It'll be good.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying that game between Indiana and Oregon was like they had like a sliver on their side. It was like this little sliver.
I saw that.
All red and white, and they were crazy.
All you saw on TV was Indiana fans. I saw several people commenting, are there any Oregon Duck fans at this game?
It was crazy. I said, oh, my God.
Yeah, that seemed like a game. And just to tell you, JQ, I mean, like I said, we've always had the Hoosiers, but they've been kind of taking a little down ever since Bob Knight. Obviously we had to we came back a little bit, but we don't really have a lot, man. So it's like this is a good surprise for us. And like Rob said, we had a lot of losses, man, for the football side, man. So it's
just losing this franchise.
710, like 710, something crazy. 719.
What's interesting? I think I text y'all this. If Indiana wins this game, they will be the first program to go undefeated in football and basketball.
Correct.
That's insane. Yeah. Bobby Knight and the Hoosiers went undefeated in '76. And they will be the first program to go undefeated in the two major sports.
That's how it always works. There's always going to be some random ass sports question. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Again,
well,
this
right
is not. Go ahead.
Right before we dropped, we was talking about John Harbaugh, and I made the comment that the Giants was the most attractive job. And
you were saying no.
I'm saying yes because they had the most ascending quarterback. Now, what I'm saying is the most attractive to John Harbaugh. I would probably
overall,
I will make it number 2 behind the Ravens because the Ravens got Lamar Jackson, right? But I think the most attractive job overall was the Ravens, but the most attractive to John Harbaugh was the Giants because they have an ascending quarterback that it can grow with and build with in Jackson Dart. And all the other franchises are struggling for the most part at the quarterback position.
Not Lamar Jackson. Keep it going, Rob. JQ.
You know where I'm going, right? You know where I'm going to go with this. It's the Atlanta Falcons. They tied for the division lead at 8-9. That division can be won every year with 10 wins. Listen, you got
not no more.
Wait, whoa! I gave you your piece. You got to deal with the high-powered Dallas offense, the Eagles who just won the Super Bowl, and everybody was talking about how good the Commanders came back with Jaden Daniels. Right? I'm looking at that NFC South where they talking about getting rid of their coach. I saw Baker struggle. They won the division in 8-9. Okay. Dre talked about bridge quarterbacks. You got a bridge quarterback right now in Kirk Cousins. If you mess around and get you a good one in the first or the second round, you got a really good roster in Atlanta, and that is a winnable division. I would rather have to deal with Carolina and Tampa and New Orleans than deal with the Eagles and the Cowboys and the Commanders every year. What? I would have taken the Falcons job. I would at least heard them out.
I think it was a good move for the Giants to get Harbaugh. I really do. I think it was a good move, and I really hope that he fails.
Miserably. Hey, I disagree with all due respect, and I know this is going to sound like Falcon hate.
It is Falcon hate.
If there's a winnable division, it's a winnable division for the Saints. The Saints might arguably going to have the best quarterback in the division next year if he's healthy. It's a winnable division for Tampa. It's a winnable division for Carolina. It's a winnable division for all those teams if it's a winnable for Atlanta. So you're always going to go with the team that's got the most.
Not with Harbaugh as the coach. I think with Harbaugh as a coach, that's a difference maker.
Did Harbaugh win a division this year with Baltimore?
That was a different
with Lamar
division.
Jackson. Harbaugh can be beaten.
Tom was
going
to
win a division this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
so
they're not.
Listen, I knew you was gonna take it personally, Mr. Saints fan. No, you can't win. Whoa! This is gonna be the mic drop moment. You can't win the NFC East with an 8-9 record. You win the NFC South with an 8-9 record.
You cannot. You cannot win it with 8-9. But what I'm saying is, all of those teams can win that division. That's how open it is, right?
Yeah.
But if you get a team that's got a quarterback and you build around that quarterback, you got a chance, right? I mean, you look at that division right now. Jackson Dart, if you put the pieces around him and you got New York, you got the money, you got the franchise that's going to put all the pieces around them, that's going to have them competing. What you want the team that's got the quarterback that you can build around. You got to win with a quarterback. You have to have it.
But he might be scrambled eggs. He had 3 concussions this year. You're assuming that he's going to be good next year, coming off of 3 concussions rookie year.
All I'm saying is this: give me another team outside of Lamar Jackson that's open right now that's got an ascending quarterback better than Jackson Dart. You know what? I always say I'm gonna pick the team that's got the best quarterback.
Listen, you're right, but that's not always the end all be all. And I found out that because sometimes I pick it out lose. But if I got a ticket for 5 to 10 years, I'm going to take Atlanta with a really, really good roster and say, hey, I got a bridge quarterback. Kirk Cousins is not listen. I'm not talking about Kirk Cousins for 5 years. I'm talking about Kirk Cousins for this year. We'll figure out what Penix does, but I look at it and say, man, I got Drake London. I can re-sign Pitts. I've got Bijan Robinson. Can I get Algier to come back? I've got an ascending defense. If I can just go get me a young quarterback or give me Matt motherfucking Jones for a second and then go get me another quarterback, I can win this division at 10-7.
We'll pick up a quarterback next year, and we got the best coach in the division.
You can't. My thing is, you can't win the NFC East at 10-7. You can win the NFC South at 10-7 with a really good loaded roster that's all young, that's primed for the future. I would have went to Atlanta and been in Magic City, just making it rain.
That's why
it sounds easy, but Atlanta had a winning record in 10 years.
Where do you think Tomlin's going to go, if anywhere, this year?
Tomlin is going to. He's going to chill out. He's going to take a year off.
Here's the reason for everybody
to trade for him.
Yeah,
that's the point. You have to trade for Mike Tomlin. You just can't go sign him and say, "Man, I'm giving you carte blanche." You got to give Pittsburgh draft capital to get Tomlin, and that makes it a lot harder.
Oh yeah, okay.
So that's why he's gonna. He's
that
probably
was Richard's question there.
Now, when he's ready to coach, somebody's gonna trade for him. Just like the Saints was able to trade Sean Payton and got draft capital for him. And so I mean, when he's ready to coach again, somebody's gonna trade for him.
But I think it matters though as you move through the years of that contract, as you go through that I think it starts to come down. If you try to get Mike Tomlin right now, you're gonna pay top dollar. If you wait another year, it might come down a little bit. So.
I think it's tough because and this is thank you JQ, that was a good thing. Now there's some truth serum. If you gave some truth serum to some Falcon fans, there's two sides of the fence. There's some people that are like, he couldn't win with Lamar Jackson. Like that's a whole nother conversation. From that perspective, and he may want too much power. Right? He came from that situation.
That's not the NFC South, though. That's a whole different ballgame. But a lot tougher division.
But we're saying like if you look at kind of his demands, if granted you're like okay you kind of you're kind of at this interesting place, like do I give him everything he wants, and not to say that Arthur Blank would have done that. It's just an interesting situation as far as kind of the timing, because number one, you didn't think he's going to be available, so you're like okay he is, and then I lost to somebody that had I went to the ball and lost to somebody that had a bigger rack, like that's a better situation for me, yeah. But so if you're the Falcons, you're kind of like, what? Maybe in this instance, I'm trying to have like a more of a president of operations, GM, kind of, more organized situation as opposed to what
Harbaugh is used to in Baltimore.
He is used to that. You're not wrong, JQ. But what I'm saying is like, you have such a kind of interesting kind of dynamic, right? As opposed to like a, like I'm not saying this, but I'm saying if you give some Falcon fans truth serum, they may be like, okay. You see the guy like, okay, is this kind of the right guy? It's the guy, but is it the right guy, right? You know what I'm saying? So if you have like a Kubiak, that kind of guy kind of grows, he kind of fits the, situation, kind of that tree, kind of an easier kind of transition what we're doing now. That's kind of where we're kind of like, it's kind of
I just feel like the NFC South is, and it's not, I don't say that as a slight to the other teams in the NFC South, but if you're looking at how the seasons have progressed and how they have progressed over the past couple of years and what's happening. New Orleans is super young. Yeah. The Tampa's still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's like I think Tampa's still the class of it, but Baker and them hit a wall and they were awful the second half of the season. Yeah. Carolina's still trying to figure out if Bryce is still that dude. They won the division at 8 and 9. And you look at that Atlanta roster is actually pretty good. I feel like
Carolina got swept by the Saints and they won the division.
And the Falcons beat the swept the Saints, and then they beat
Carolina swept the Falcons. The Falcons swept the Saints, and the Saints swept the Panthers.
Makes no sense.
It doesn't, but I feel like that
Falcons works.
There's a couple of teams, couple wins. JQ, like we would have hit the field goal. In the first game versus Tampa, that could have been the same thing. Could have field goal versus the Patriots.
That's the NFL.
We got beat out. We got our ass kicked by Carolina twice. Got our ass kicked by Miami. Ass kicked by Seattle. A couple games you're like we could have won versus overtime versus the Colts.
Yeah.
So everyone has those games, but it just kind of shows the dynamic.
That's the NFL. You can look at every team's schedule this past year.
We got a good enough roster.
every game, a lot of these games come down to like 5-6 plays that makes a difference in whether or not you're winning or losing. That's how close the NFL is in most of these games. Now, you're going to have some games that get blown out. I mean, you look at the wild card weekend. I mean, the first how many games were there last weekend? 6. The first 4 all went down to the last possession. And they were all, they were all 4 or 5 plays that could have gone either way, and maybe the other team could have won. Now, the last 2 games with New England and Houston, those games got out of hand. But the first 4, I mean, those games are all extremely close games.
Rob, you picked 4 games last week. You were the winner. You picked 4 of the games.
Who, JQ or Rob?
Rob.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me tell you this.
Richard and Andre picked 3. You and JQ, you and I picked 2.
That's fine. That's that's fine. I'll that's cool. But let me tell you like this also. Listen, I own it. Sometimes you have a good week. Sometimes you suck. But if I'm also picking on it, if I go to Atlanta with a good roster, I can have a bridge quarterback, and then Mac Jones is probably on a 2-year deal until I find a quarterback that I want in the draft. I'm gonna play 8 games in the dome. I'm gonna play a road game in New Orleans in the dome. I'm gonna play a road game in Tampa and South Florida, more likely in good climate. And the Charlotte one is up in the air. Sometimes it might be warm, sometimes it might be rain. So you're talking about 11 games out of your 17 where you have a climate controlled with a good roster, with a quarterback now, a rich quarterback, and the ability to have draft capital to get your quarterback for the future. Why would you not want that?
Man, just like you were wrong about them picks last week, you're wrong about this too, JQ. I mean,
we're gonna find out. You had a quarterback in New York that's had 3 concussions.
You got attractive jobs.
You had your running back coming off of a horrific injury. Who knows if he's going to be the same guy coming back? And your star wide receiver is coming out for torn ACL. What? That's no guarantee.
Man, you can find running backs off the street, man.
Okay.
You can find running backs off the street. The Saints were running around with Audric Estime. Y'all remember him, man? At the slow combine at the end of the year.
What about the quarterback having his brain be scrambled eggs? Because he had 3 concussions in his rookie year.
Jackson Dart had 3 concussions?
Yes.
Wow. I didn't realize that.
I don't think he had 3. JQ might be exaggerating. Hey, I'm going with the team that's ready-made at the quarterback position, that's already proven that he can play it in the NFL. I mean, we could talk about getting the quarterback, but are you going to get the quarterback? That's the question. I'm going with the team that does not have to look at trying to acquire a quarterback, don't have to draft a quarterback. They just need to add pieces around the quarterback. And that's what whoever gets the Ravens job is going to get to build around Lamar Jackson. Whoever gets the Giants job is going to be able to build around Jackson Dart and focus on their roster. Getting the quarterback is like the hardest thing to do.
Yeah, are we confident that Ravens job is going to be great because building around a running quarterback might not work out the way you think it might?
All right.
Well, he's got to be. He's still the out of all the head coaching jobs that are available, Lamar Jackson is the best quarterback. If anybody wants to argue that,
listen, he is. You know what? He is in the short term, 100%. In the next 2 to 3 years, he is. I can't argue that.
All right, gentlemen, we gotta get this predictions because this show has been going forever. All right, so let's get this predictions, and we'll let Rob do his mock draft, and we'll figure out what's going to kind of get close to wrapping this up. JQ and Gary, I want to give you some props because you picked the Bills to be the Jaguars, even though that was a tough game because of Trevor Lawrence did that last interception. So props, and it showed you that right now Josh Allen is going to do everything in his power to put that team on his back to keep going. This is the time. He's got a really good game coming up versus the Broncos. This is at Denver. So does that change the perspective? Because again, in spite of what's happened, Denver has been rested, and we always talk about this, right? You're coming off of that situation where you talk about a wild card team that came out of nowhere. I'm not saying this was their wild card, but you remember the Packers did the thing with Aaron Rodgers. They came started whipping ass, and so it can't happen. But is this Josh Allen's time to kind of just blitz through the AFC and get it going to the Super Bowl? JQ is shaking his head. Go ahead, my guy. Start it off, JQ.
Listen, This is the reason why. I know people are gonna say, well, they lost their 2 wide receivers. Those 2 MFers wasn't hurting nobody. Wasn't nobody game plan for Gabe Davis. Listen, I understand how good the Denver defense is, but nobody was game plan for Gabe Davis anyway. This is about Josh Allen. If not, I said it last week. If not now, when? He's got 2 good tight ends. He's got a running game. He's going to have to run the ball. He's going to have to manage throwing to his other wide receivers. But it's not like people were scared about Keon Coleman and Gabe Davis coming into this game anyway.
So Definitely not no Keon Coleman.
Yeah, but not even nor Gabe Davis. Nobody.
That's a surprise, though.
Nobody was worried about. Nobody's worried about those 2 dudes coming into this game anyway. He was always going to have to manage the game with running the ball, quarterback runs, quarterback sneaks, throwing to his tight end, making timely plays. It was always going to be the same game plan if those 2 dudes was hurt or not hurt, because they are not game changers to me at the wide receiver position. They're not Jamar Chase. They're not Justin Jefferson. They're not Puka Nacua. They're not those dudes that he had to rely on anyway. He was always going to have to put this on his back. What he has to do is manage the game and allow his defense to make Bo Nix make a mistake. Because Bo Nix is young. The same way I picked against Drake Maye. Listen, the Chargers could have won that game. The Chargers lost that game more than the Patriots won that game. I watched every play of that game. That Chargers defense played really good on the road against Drake Maye. They didn't score enough points. They gave that game away on offense. I think if you are,
they couldn't protect him.
What's your score?
He had opportunities in that game and he missed them. I watched him miss opportunities in that game before he could run, and he missed throws as well. If you're Josh Allen with no Joe Burrow, no Lamar Jackson, no Patrick Mahomes, you cannot go on the road and lose to Bo Nix. You can't.
Wow. What's the score, JQ?
23-20, Buffalo.
Wow. All right. Who's next? Rob, is that you?
I'm believe it or not, I don't know if I'm picking with my head or my heart on this one, but I'm going to agree with JQ. I want to see Denver lose, and I'm going to go with Buffalo on the road. Going to go with the experienced quarterback, and I had a very similar score, 24-21, and Buffalo going on the road. I don't think it matters if it's cold or not. Buffalo's used to the cold. And I just think the experienced quarterback in this one is gonna, is gonna win the matchup here. And Buffalo's defense was a little leaky most of the season, but the last couple of games in the regular season, they got better, right? And so I think they're very competitive in this game, and I think they find a way to win. They grind this one out and find a way to win.
This could be a real ugly one.
Denver put 41 points in them boys in the regular season.
This could be very ugly.
Oh, Jacksonville, yeah. They whipped Denver in Denver.
In Denver.
Mm-hmm.
Gary?
Well, Richard says that Bo Nix could be the fourth quarter wild card.
Yeah. He is the wild card. He's the wild card in the first quarter.
Wow. Go ahead.
He is. He's going to have to Bo Nix is going to have to play out of his ass and not have any turnovers against a Bills team that they're playoff ready. They've been in there. They've had disappointment after disappointment, and we said it last week, right? If not now, when you got all these other teams out that have been roadblocks for the Bills, there aren't any of those excuses. They can't go back next year and say, well, yeah, and now it's Bo Nix too. They can't do that. I don't see them doing that. I can see the Bills, even though I think as far as quarterbacks, there's no comparison.
Yep.
Josh Allen is a phenomenal quarterback. But as far as teams, Denver's got a good team too.
Denver has an excellent team.
What's your pick, Gary? Damn it!
I'm gonna go with the Bills because of the quarterback play.
What's the score?
I'm gonna go with the Bills. 24-20.
Close. JQ, I don't know what the hell you did, JQ. Shit. I hate Sean Payton like anyone else. So again, I wish for him.
That's what I did. I'm just saying, man.
I hate him now. I didn't hate him a few years ago.
I just said to Buffalo, this is the best opportunity that you have to construct this team with no star wide receivers from the get-go. So
they showed me something. You showed me something with the Jaguars. That was a really impressive situation because it was like a heavyweight fight. It was going back and forth. And like you said,
I think this game is going to be another heavyweight fight too.
I agree. So Josh Allen showed me a lot. He's like, yo, I got Haley Seinfeld. I'm loving life, man. He's gonna do it, man. So I feel I agree with you, JQ. It's like that showed me. I thought Trevor Lawrence was gonna knock him out, but he's like, you got him just enough. Like you said, you can run the ball, keep Bo Nix off the field. You got the tight ends. It was Joe Brady was creative. He ran Josh Allen did everything in his power to make sure that they won. And
Sean Payton will have some.
Of course he's going to have something, but the point is, it's Bo Nix. He can only tell Bo Nix to do so much. And like you said, the defense, the Bills defense, they showed up. Like, I know, they made some plays. And I think it's kind of similar. Like Bo Nix, he's a young guy.
Gotta learn.
So
you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of some of those New England teams, as much as we hate them. We have the two twin tight ends. We're going to run the ball. We're going to play a particular brand of defense. We don't have a star wide receiver, but we got two really good tight ends. We're going to maximize our strengths. Yeah. And I just, if you're Buffalo, you cannot have asked for a better postseason in terms of the other quarterbacks available when you have Josh Allen.
Yeah.
To have the best quarterback available in the postseason. They do.
Okay, Dre, give me your score and team. Are you going with the Bills?
Bills 27-17 is what I've got.
Wow, all four of us picked.
That means we definitely losing now.
Rich picked.
Oh God, I hope this isn't a Vandy thing.
Rich picked the bar. But I was gonna pick the Bills no matter what because I just have a affinity for Sean Payton, so that dude's an asshole because
Sean Payton and Sean McDermott, they've been going against each other for years, believe it or not. Sean McDermott was Carolina's defensive coordinator when Sean Payton was against the Saints. So these coaches know each other extremely well on what their tendencies and things of that nature and what they like to do on their side of the ball.
Jonathan Gannon, just a little side note, and it's funny to hear because he was the defensive coordinator for the Eagles, and then you had the same situation with Sean Steichen for the Colts. It's interesting how they kind of went. One guy was successful, one guy wasn't. So Jonathan Gannon, he'll get another job as a DC somewhere. But the next game, the Rams, we all picked the Rams. The Panthers made that game a lot more closer than I thought. I was like, what the hell?
Yep.
That was a little.
Richard's picking the Broncos.
I don't mind standing alone.
That's okay. Rob stood alone for the Texans, and credit for him.
Texans and the Patriots, y'all had me out on the island last week.
Yeah, same. So, it doesn't, it's all good.
I know these jokers go in there and score 3 points. They could have won that game. Fucking Harbaugh.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Just like the Broncos could have won that game against the Colts in the regular season while you owe us a dinner. Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Shut up, Rob.
You got the Rams.
Give the credit. They won the game.
We got to get this dinner over with.
Yeah, it's going to happen. You got the Rams at the Bears. Another interesting game because you got another young upstart buck in Caleb Williams versus the old veteran Matthew Stafford. We got quarterbacks here again, so we got another interesting dynamic. We talked about how Ben Johnson tried to give the game away countless times. And
he made some poor decisions in the first half of that game. Really shot themselves in the foot. The Packers missed a couple of field goals too. So did the Bears, but Ben Johnson really shot themselves.
So, all right, who's going to take this first? First prediction. Who wants it?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take the Bears.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the Bears. I'm gonna take the Bears at home in shitty weather, but also I'm gonna take the Bears at home. I know that Rams front seven is really good, but what can counter a good front seven and a elusive quarterback. And if I'm looking at that too, I watched that back half. That secondary of the Rams is ass. If we want to be honest, they're terrible.
Yeah,
I mean they're bad. They're bad. So if you get Adunze and Moore and Loveland and you allow Caleb Williams just to make a dude miss, and get out in there. And when it's 5 degrees, so you can talk all the shit you want to. They live in Southern California more times out the year for the Rams. It's 72 degrees. They're playing in a nice little air-rated stadium. You got to take your ass out there to Soldier Field.
I think it's fine. They do struggle in the. Hey, JQ, do you trust the Bears secondary? Do you trust the Bears?
I trust the Bears secondary more. I trust that Rams secondary. I just watched that Rams secondary is ass.
Okay. I'm just asking.
What's your score?
Oh, it's gonna be terrible outside. I'm gonna take the Bears 24-21.
Okay. All right.
Man, I thought I was gonna be on the island in this one too. But I'm going with the Bears too.
Oh wow.
I don't know why I had a feeling. I thought I was going to be on the island with this one, but JQ is joining the party. I'm going with the Bears in this one, for a lot of the same reasons, right? The weather, and you saw the Rams struggle with Carolina. This Bears team is better than Carolina. Let's just put that out there, right? They're better than Carolina. They got more weapons. They got a stronger running game. The Bears got a good offensive line as well. And now their defense is hit or miss. They try to win games with forcing turnovers and things of that nature. Matthew Stafford, we don't know what that finger situation is like. And that Rams defense here over the last 5-6 weeks has been terrible. Terrible, as Charles Barkley would say, right? Outside of that front four, they have been terrible. And I'm going with the Bears. I think Ben Johnson is going to find ways to run that rock with that 1-2 punch in the running back. Caleb Williams may not be the most accurate, but when he does complete passes, they be big time completions. and so you got Roma Dunze, DJ Moore, and as long as Ben Johnson don't make any bonehead decisions by going for it on 4th down on your own 33-yard line and get the Packers an easy touchdown, as long as he learns his lesson from those kind of things last week, I like the Bears.
But that thing last week was personal. That thing last week with him, and that's a personal thing with the two of them. That's why I don't think he makes those same decisions. Well, you know what, he might, because you know what, I take that back, because that's his homeboy. Sean McVay is LaFleur's homeboy, so he might make those. He might make those same decisions.
What's the score, Rob?
I got 31-24 Chicago.
Oh, you got to score 31 points in that terrible weather? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think the Rams are going to be able to stop him.
That Rams defense has been terrible. That back four has been awful.
And I think the Bears are going to be able to pound that rock too.
Gary?
I think they do just enough to be able to play extra pass.
They're not going to pound that rock. I'm going with the Rams.
We already know what's happening.
What you got? What you got, Gary?
I'm going with the Rams because of their front seven.
You're going with the Rams because your daddy.
Go ahead. What you got?
Because they're a better team and they got a better coach.
Go ahead. What's the score?
27-21. And
you best believe Soldier Field is going to be just as loud as Indiana had that Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
I will be with Gary. I'm going with the Rams as well. I think that I like the veteran Matthew Stafford. I know that they've been playing some challenges, but I think that this is the defense that Stafford's going to play well. Puka is going to go off. Devontae is going to go. I like this matchup, so I'm going to go with a similar. I'm going to go 26-20. 26-20 is the score I've got for that game. All right, keep this moving here. The next game, we already know where this is going. 49ers at Seahawks. Going on to Gary, you're going for the Seahawks. We already know you're going for the Seahawks, Gary. We already know you're going for the Seahawks. What's the score? What's the score, Gary?
45
Jesus.
and 9. No. It'd be so great. It'd be so great.
Oh, man.
I am going with the Seahawks. They're not going to beat the 12th man.
Jill picking the Rams.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. R.I.P. Schaefer. Yeah, I love it. Thank you, Joe. A lot of love. So yeah, go ahead.
I'm going with the Seahawks at home. That place is loud, and it's really loud when they're playing a division rival that they hate.
Mm-hmm.
Like they hate the 49ers. Like I hate the 49ers. Mm-hmm. I'm going with them 23-20.
Nice.
And if you go with the 49ers, you just don't know diddly shit about Seahawks football. Go ahead, guys.
I'm going with the Seahawks in this too, but I am a little concerned about that oblique injury that they just reported from Sam Darnold. That's a tough injury to play at the quarterback position. And, yeah, I don't know how serious it is. They got him as questionable right now. I'm pretty sure he's going to play. There's no doubt about that. That does concern me a little bit. But I know the last time these two teams played, Seattle ran that ball down the 49ers' throat with Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet, right?
Yeah.
So I like Seattle. I'm going to go 23-13. I think Seattle's got the best special teams unit in the game, as far as kick coverage, blocking punts, blocking kicks, things of that nature, kickoff return, punt returns. Every game, their special teams make one or two huge plays that contributes. We already know their defense is one of the top in the league as well. And as long as Sam Darnold don't turn the ball over, I like the Seahawks in this one. I'm going to go 23-13.
The guy that's going to turn the ball over
49ers, no Fred Warner again this week. He's out. And no George Kittle. At some point, look, these 49ers, I like the combination of Shanahan and Saleh. I think that's a great offensive defensive mind, almost as good as anyone in the league. But I think the injuries catch up to him, and Seattle takes him out this weekend.
And forget about Bethune, who tore his groin a week and a half ago. So if you don't get Fred Warner back, and then you talk about what they did to San Francisco before, when they had Kittle, now you take out Bethune and Kittle out of that matchup. It's where do you go to? If I just double team and make my whole game plan about McCaffrey, what do you do if you're San Francisco, right?
You got Brian Robinson too, but he's
Richard. I got your score down.
Stop that shit. The only reason why I don't have Seattle winning by like 21 is because of the oblique. I think they're going to take the air out of the ball a little bit, run the ball, protect Sam Darnold, and say, "Hey, man, we can win at home with this defense." Yeah, they're struggling on their side of the ball. Let's run the ball and take the air out of it. I'm going to go Seattle 27-17.
Yeah, almost similar. I have 23-13.
Oh boy, Andres, you're left out on an island here.
Well, this is. I do agree that this is the time. Like losing Kittle hurt.
Massively.
And a lot of because he took a lot of the coverage away from stuff, and I'm a huge fan of Kyle Shanahan because he's a creative play caller, but I do think injuries are tough. As much as I want the 49ers to win, so we can get.
I thought you said he cost the Falcons a Super Bowl. You a fan of him?
I've always said that I'm a Kyle. I've always been,
I'm gonna take my jury out so we can go to bed.
Again, this is tough because again I live in a 49er household. I know Jill, a lot of love to you. I know everyone hates the 49ers. I get it. It's maybe the time.
Hate is strong for them.
This may be the time that it's going to be tough for them to kind of pull this off. As much as I want Kyle to win, so we can get Clint Kubiak earlier. So they made us. This is tough. I don't think the 49ers are going to be able to pull this off. I just think injuries kind of caught off. I mean, I'd like for it to happen, but unless Kyle does with Brian Robinson and Christian McCaffrey and does some, I still think Ricky Pearsall's still out. I don't know, man. I don't know what the hell. They're still doing smoke and mirrors over here, man. So
this is for after the 49ers lose.
You know what? So it will be a close game. I think it's going to be like a 21-17 game for Seattle, but only because of all the injuries. That's some reason why. So, but I would have picked the 49ers to just terrorize you guys because that's what I love to do.
Sound like we all picking Seattle on this one.
What's your score?
21-17,
including Richard. He's picking them.
If you're still on, what's your score for the game?
If you're still on. All right, let's wrap up the last one. I will give Rob credit because he was on the island with the Texans.
And exactly what I said happened, too. I said it was going to beat old man Rodgers up.
Yeah, I mean, the Steelers couldn't score shit, man. That was pathetic. Surprisingly, Tennessee is actually having a head coaching interview with Arthur Smith. I don't know what the hell that's about.
Listen, can we have a whole topic about that next week? How does fucking Smith keep getting jobs?
Who knows? I don't even know. I mean, that dude must got pictures or something. But number one, you know why? Derrick Henry ain't walking through that building, gentlemen. He is not going back to Tennessee. That's what. Oh,
If we got to have a
rookie.
topic on how Arthur Smith keep
I
getting
mean,
jobs.
that's
How are you?
I don't even know.
I've interviewed him to be a head coach. To do what?
Yeah, in spite of
To go 7-10.
Ryan Tannehill hasn't been back. What the hell? Who's your quarterback? They do have a better quarterback, so I'll give them that. But they got a solid defense, but I don't know about that one. They may be like, "Hey, little welcome back." Hey,
I got a somewhat bold prediction here. It may not be so bold though.
I got the Texans, man, in this one because I just think that. Thanks, Joe.
I'm going with the Texans in this one, and I think the Texans are going to the Super Bowl.
What the?
That's how good that defense is.
Ooh.
All right.
Strong J.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Bill.
defense
She
is
said it
legit.
24-17.
Yeah, we saw that. I hate the Patriots too, so I hope they get.
What's your score, Rob?
16-10, Houston in this one.
Oh my god!
Wow.
My God!
That's a one.
Okay, JQ. That's
Because
funny.
you know CJ going.
Well, New England's going to have two of their offensive linemen on the left side out. That's going to be a problem.
What's that, Gary?
I read today that they're going to have two offensive linemen on the left side that are going to be out for New England.
Ooh, oh shit. That's not good. That's not good.
Yeah.
Because that defense is a problem. 10-7. Look at Richard. Oh man. JQ.
16-10, Houston.
JQ, what you got? We lost JQ.
No, I'm here. I was just thinking. I really struggle with this one only because I saw Nico bang his head. I don't think he's playing in this game. And I know
he's not.
I just don't know how you draft the whole Iowa State wide receiver core.
He's gonna never let that down.
I'm not gonna let it go.
Next year.
I just
man.
That Houston defense, I think, is the most dominant unit in this game. I'm going to go 12-9.
Wow.
We all got low scores in this one. 16-10, 12-9, 10-7.
Oh, I can beat that.
Look what you did. I'm gonna go 8-7.
I'm not. Listen,
They go for 2 at the end to win it.
If Nico Collins was playing this game, I think this is a runaway by Houston. I do. Because then you could take Gonzalez away from everything else, and then you can work those Iowa State wide receivers and Dalton Schultz across it. Without Nico Collins, and if Gonzalez plays, I just struggle with how Houston consistently moves the ball.
Nico, I don't think he's playing. He's very doubtful.
Yeah, I thought he said he's done. I saw that play. He's 100% not playing. But Gonzalez is trending to play as a lockdown cornerback for New England.
He's big time.
So without Nico, I just think that Houston defense is so good they cause trouble for Maye and cause some turnovers. Why I say 12-9. But I don't feel great about it.
I'm saying the Texans 6-3.
Are you serious, Gary? Are you serious? That's hilarious.
It might not be wrong, but New England can't get pressure on the quarterback for real. I don't know Houston's offense without Nico.
Yeah, but you can score a defensive touchdown because Drake Maye could be.
But Drake Maye can run Drake Maye is elusive, but that Houston defense is so good. I think they find a way to contain.
Yeah, Stingley. You don't really know who you have for your receivers for New England, so you can pretty shut that down. And then
Rob's got the Texans in a barn burner at 16-10. That's the highest score.
This game is going to be one you can go to the grocery store and just watch the scores on your phone.
What's your score, Gary? What's your score?
He said 6-3, yeah.
6-3.
Are you serious?
You don't believe that shit.
Are you serious?
16-13.
16-13. Okay.
They just gave me another 10 points.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I just added a 1 on each of them. It's going to be a shitty game.
It's gonna be bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. Like this is crazy because yeah, shit. 17, I'm gonna go 17-10. How about that? I'm gonna go 17-10. I'm gonna show some love here. That's what I'm gonna look at.
Showing some love at 17-10. That is awful.
Hey, you just got 1 point more than me, Dre. I had 16.
Yeah. The only good news about this, guys, is that there'll be new representation for both the NFC and the AFC for the Super Bowl. So we're not gonna get the same. It's kind of some fresh blood for both sides. I hate the Patriots. No matter what, how that plays out. So
the Golden Knights tied it up.
Let's go. And yeah, shit. Portland is on top of the.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5-5.
Rob, let's wrap this up quickly here. I know we're going to talk about the mock draft real quickly. We got to wrap this up. We talked about kind of briefly the Jets are probably going to have to go a different direction. It's going to affect all of the draft. I'm sure for your mock draft that you posted on Talking Sports, the 12th Man. And again, we said that it's going to change the dynamic because, as I said earlier, you missed this, JQ, that we talked about bridge quarterbacks. There's a couple squads. 2027 is going to be loaded. So it's going to be interesting for these bridge teams, right? Because we talked about the Cardinals. They still got Jacoby Brissett. The Colts, what's going to happen with Daniel Jones. The Raiders going to get Mendoza. The Dolphins, is Quinn Ewers the answer? Who's going to, the Jets?
No, he's not going to answer.
I'm just going through. They're going to have a new coaching staff. And you got the Jets. They got Tyrod. What's going to happen with that? The Browns, what the hell? What's up with that situation? The Vikings, is J.J. McCarthy the answer? And then the Steelers don't have a quarterback. So those are some squads that are going to probably have to look at some bridge situations and or what's going to happen in the mock draft, right? Ty Simpson is there. So we're not going to say it's totally shitty, but Ty Simpson is in the draft. So where does he now go, Rob?
Well, my Saints might be able to get a second-round pick for Spencer Rattler. The quarterback's looking so bad.
Here we go. Just let you know, is right now the quarterbacks, the free agent quarterbacks.
I'm like Andre with Kirk Cousins now, huh?
There you go. You got Daniel Jones, but he's a hurt. Aaron Rodgers, what the hell? He's whatever. Russell Wilson, he's done. Marcus Mariota, what's happening with him. Joe Flacco, you got, and Kenny Pickett is terrible. Trey Lance, then you got Bridgewater, Garoppolo, Trubisky, Wentz, and Zach Wilson. That's what you got for your free agent quarterbacks, which is pretty shitty.
Shit, I go get Jameis Winston. Why you go for 30 and 30?
Yeah, that's right. That's what it'll be. 30 and 30.
Hey,
you got a 50% chance with Jameis, and he's going to be entertaining.
He's going to be entertaining.
So, Rob, do your mock draft and wrap this up, man.
All right, really. Well, I had a 4-round mock draft until Dante Moore and Amari Washington, defensive tackle from Oregon, is staying too. So he decided to go back to Oregon too. So Oregon, I know we're talking about Dante Moore, but they got two big-time players that decided to stay and come back. So I had to redo my whole draft, and I only did 2 rounds. But obviously Mendoza's going 1. I got Ruben Bain going the number 2 to the Jets right now, edge rusher from Miami. So you might have the top 2 players in this national championship game on Monday night. Got Arvell Reese from Ohio State going number 3 to Arizona. I got Francis McGough, offensive tackle. Probably can even play guard in the NFL as well, going to Tennessee at 4. Got Carnell Tate, wide receiver, Ohio State, going number 5 to the Giants. Got Spencer Fano, offensive tackle from Utah, going to Cleveland at 6. David Bailey, edge rusher from Texas Tech, going to Washington at 7. The Saints need wide receivers like Van Camp to need pork and beans, so we're going to take Jordan Tyson, wide receiver from Arizona State. We need to give Chris Olave some help. Jeremiah Love, 9 to Kansas City. And got Caleb Downs. It's like my 4th straight mock where he's going to Cincinnati. Caleb Downs at 10 to Cincinnati.
Yes,
Dallas, I'll skip around now. At number 12, We don't know what's going to happen with George Pickens. He's a free agent, so obviously this
Franchise
could
tag,
change. But I got him
27
taking a
million.
wide receiver, Makai Lemon, who had a
Ooh.
big-time season. He's a returner, fast, explosive. I know Gary loves players from USC. He had about 1,200 yards receiving, close to 80 catches, 10 touchdowns.
That's a good pick, though, Gary.
And then number 20, I got Dallas taking Cassius Howell, edge rusher from Texas A&M, who had 12 sacks, who was tied for second in the country on sacks this year. And then in the second round, who we got here? Got Cincinnati taking another Caleb Turnham, offensive tackle from Northwestern, 6'7", 325 pounds, former basketball player too, so he's a really good athlete, light on his feet, long arms. I got the Saints taking Zion Young, edge rusher from Missouri. Obviously, Cam Jordan, even though he had a really good year this past year, over 10.5 sacks. But we're going to need another edge rusher. Chase Young had his best year as a pro this past year, even though he missed the first 5 games. But we're going to need an edge rusher there. And then I got the Falcons taking Julian Neal, cornerback from Arkansas, 6'2". Is a tall corner, uses his hands and length extremely well from a leverage standpoint. I think he's got the ability to play safety too as well. We got to see what he runs at the combine, though. I know they're projecting him as like a 4.55. That
means
could
that
be
motherfucker's playing safety.
He's not. Yeah, he's not. Yeah, right.
Yep, but he's a physical corner, though.
Come on, Rob.
He disrupts receivers so well at the line of scrimmage. He really kind of throws them off. So he does a really good job with that. And he's a willing tackler too. So we'll see. He's definitely going to be somewhere.
Sounds like a safety to me.
That's hilarious.
Wow. That's where I have it on my latest mock.
Okay, looking good.
4.55 is tough to play on the outside. You could be in the box safety though and be really good at 4.55 40 though with those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let Jesse play back, and let him play in the box. Listen, I like that Falcons roster.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Rob, as you're doing a mock draft, what's the deepest? If you can say, like, if you're looking at a positional, situation, is it deep in cornerback? Is it deep at like safety, wide receiver? What would you say the draft kind of is kind of leaning towards whenever you've been doing your mock drafts?
I like edge rushers, wide receiver, and offensive tackles. To me, those are the deepest positions right now. I mean, when you look at wide receiver, you got Cornell Tate, Jordan Tyson, you got Makai Lemon, who I think I got KC Concepcion from Texas A&M. So, quarterback is definitely not a deep position. And I got Ty Simpson, by the way, going 29 in the Rams right now.
Ooh, okay, that'd be good. Carson Beck, where do you got Carson Beck?
So what?
Where do you have Carson Beck going? You have to go to Jackson
right now.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah. I think the guy to watch though is Trinidad Chambers. I got him going to the 4th round.
That's another guy. That's another guy you got to look at.
I think he's a guy to watch. Depending on how he works out and things of that nature, he's definitely a guy that I think to watch.
He's only like 6'1" though, right?
He's pretty short, 6'1". We'll see what they measure him at.
He knows how tall he is. Yeah.
But man, he's a playmaker, man. You just watch the film.
Though.
Yeah.
You're right. He's the one. He's my bet to go in the bottom half of the first round.
We'll see. Ooh, okay. Hey, because the question why I asked it because I love Chris Brazier. I mean, I love a couple of cornerbacks and I love some wide receivers. I just don't know, like I said, what the deep position is because especially selfishly, I'm looking at those two positions for my team. Like you got to get
what position?
Cornerback and wide receiver. So I want like a bigger cornerback, to deal with the hell we got to deal with these big ass receivers. McMillan's going to be a problem for Carolina. Mike Evans has tortured us for years. Get a big ass corner somehow. I still like my guy from who was the bigger corner? I think he was 6'4" that you mocked us to like a couple of weeks ago.
Kelly from Mississippi State.
Yeah, that's the guy I like. But I do want some fast. We need some wide receiver, man. So one of the two is what I'm looking for. We obviously we need some big ass defensive tackles too, but you can get those later. Probably need another corner. I mean, another linebacker, but we can get stuff like that later on. So
the second round has got good value on defensive tackles.
And cornerbacks I'm looking for, man, for sure. So
yeah,
we got
Peter Woods, the only defensive tackle I have going in the first round right now. No, and Caden McDonald. I'm sorry, from Ohio State. Those are the only two I have going in the first round.
So it's not a deep position for D tackles. What it looks like.
Well, I think there's good value in the second round there.
Outside OT is great.
McDonald. OT, man, listen here. If you take your defensive tackle to Clemson, you've already lost.
100%. Those guys underachieved the whole year, man. You talk about that was supposed to be like NFL squad.
Think about it though, man. When you look at Peter Woods' measurables, somebody just like Naj said about Anthony Richardson.
Oh my God!
And for Peter Woods, the way he moves at his size is incredible.
Yeah, so incredible. They played in the damn New York Pinstripe Bowl. And
he's only one player, man.
Pinstripe
the whole.
Rich, so the Commanders.
But all they're going to be scouts are just an Auburn with his potential and his athletic ability. You just don't see defensive tackles move the way Peter Woods moved.
Listen, I know I was being facetious, but I wasn't.
I know you are.
I know.
We're about to wrap this up.
I don't see the Commanders looking for a quarterback.
No.
Yeah, I mean they got Marcus Mariota. They see somebody to hold the fort because you got Jalen Daniels. You're not trying to everyone knows he's the guy. And I did say he was going to struggle. Same like I said that Detroit was going to struggle without Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. So that did come to fruition, believe it or not. But
happy Detroit.
Yeah, but they're trying to get anyone. Hey, you want to be my offensive coordinator? Hey, would you like to be my OC? Hey, you want to be my OC? They're reaching out to everybody at this juncture. Just don't.
Arthur Smith. I just want to know where Arthur Smith knows, where the dead bodies that he knows about. Because Arthur Smith is getting calls for all kinds of shit and makes no sense.
Yeah, that's
that the NFL is just recycled coaches. That's all it's ever been.
It's pretty shitty.
They just recycle coaches. They recycle retreads.
Well, you know what? That's fine, Danny. But what makes you say, you know what, man? I got Jahmyr Gibbs and Montgomery and Brown, James Wilson. You know who I should You know who I should get? Arthur Smith. What?
Laporta too. You got Laporta too.
Do you think Flores is going to get a head coaching job?
What?
I think he should go back with his daddy and work at FedEx.
Do you think he's going to get a head coaching job?
He will, unfortunately, because that's just how the league
is.
Flores.
Flores.
No,
I don't.
We should plug the next position where everything's going to happen as far as who the next. So you would say the Ravens, I don't know, is the Ravens?
Don't say that shit out loud, Andre. I don't want him to go coach the Ravens. Would it be great for him? Yes. Do I want that personally? No. Don't put that in the atmosphere.
What about the Steelers?
Neither one, Gary.
So we're gonna have an imaginary person, the unicorn.
I'm rooting for him.
Yeah.
Listen. Honestly, I think
I'm going to go out on a limb and say he will be a head coach.
I think he fits the DNA for those two teams.
He definitely deserves it.
I don't think the NFL is going to allow it. I'll be shocked. I'll get on here and I'll admit being wrong if it happens. You can't sue the NFL.
He's paid his penance, hopefully, but we'll see if they're gonna let that happen.
In your mind, he's paid his penance.
Okay.
He paid his penance in the
NFL. in the good old boy, rich boy white NFL.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, you gotta always remember what happened to Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, shit. Yeah. The Dolphins, they're kind of holding the bag because you fired your guy thinking that, hey, Harbaugh, hey, oh, damn. So they kind of effed up. So who's going to be their guy? Look out for who's the guy, the Shula from the Rams, Chris Shula. They may be he may get an opportunity because
the Bengals had a Shula. He sucked ass. So
Here we go, JQ. I'm just saying. I'm curious to see what happens. McCarthy's still out there. He's been interviewing. McCarthy looks like a good fit for the Browns because they need to get that shit right.
I wish they would.
We got it's funny. Stefanski, maybe he may go to the Dolphins because they may just need.
I think Stefanski to the Dolphins is a really good move for the Dolphins if they.
Yeah, I hear Stefanski could be a strong candidate in Atlanta as well.
You know what? Shut the hell up with that bullshit right now, Rob. We don't hear nothing of that, man.
I think Stefanski's a good coach. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want him to go to Atlanta.
I do too.
Nah, man.
I do too. The Browns are just a bad organization.
I know the Browns are a bad organization. I just don't like how he handles Shador. for whatever reason. But again, and he's lost a lot. That's my challenge with him, But again,
Coach of the Year, what, twice?
Took the Browns to the playoffs twice.
And he was Coach of the Year at least once.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear none of that. I
like Coach of the Year.
It would be an upgrade.
You know what?
Out of all the coaches that are available, I thought John Harbaugh was one. I think Kevin Stefanski's two. That's just my personal opinion.
Hey, you could think all that's they like
over
like assholes. Everyone has them, and sometimes they stink.
Oh, well,
I ain't doing it.
That's different. Now, Mike Tomlin's not coming out. He's not coaching for nobody.
Oh, okay. So
I don't even consider him available.
I just want to make sure we. Okay, yeah, gotcha. Yeah,
I'm totally. I'm not trying to be. I'm trying to be objective here, and I like I said, I agree with that. Stefanski's probably a good coach. My thing is like I think that with the offensive system that Kubiak's going to bring, he kind of has a lot of ties. Believe it or not, we tried to reach out to Kubiak back in the day. We got blocked by the
Golden
Broncos.
Knights came back and won.
And,
my bad. I'm sorry.
Wow.
And Portland beat the Hawks. Congratulations, Gary. So it's all good. But anyway,
damn, man, the goddamn Toronto was beating the brakes off of Vegas. They came back and won
6 in a row, baby.
Wow.
Anyway, wrap this up, Rob.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been fun. Hopefully you all enjoyed the show. We're going to be back at you next week. We'll be able to recap the national championship game. We'll have the conference championships ready for you in the NFL. So you definitely want to tune in next week. We have to stay close to our Facebook page, and we'll let you know when we're going to be back on next week. But South Florida, we want to hear from y'all. Indianapolis, Bloomington, Indiana, we want to hear from y'all on next week.
Indianapolis.
The post talk about the national championship, and we want to hear from all the NFL cities: Houston, Boston, who else? Denver, Buffalo.
Texas.
Help me out, fellas.
Texas
in the playoffs. San
Dallas.
Francisco.
Seattle.
Albuquerque.
No, not
Albuquerque. JQ's favorite city.
No way.
Bills, Broncos, Rams,
JQ
Bears.
is wearing the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Pittsburgh Pirates colors tonight. Shout out to JQ.
Yeah.
Listen, the only thing I love about Pittsburgh is the Penguins, baby. Super Mario jersey on. 66, Route 66, Super Mario, baby.
Love it. All right, gentlemen. Have a great rest of
Good
the
night,
show.
fellas.
Appreciate you guys. Till the next week, man. Be good. I got
Yo,
two.
Richard, thanks for tuning in.
Appreciate you, Richard. Next time, we got two shows. Thanks, Jill.